4, 3,
2, 1.
Put everything down and crank your speakers up.
It's time for
The Realest Podcast.
Oh yeah!
We got us a new world champion!
And what is going on, guys? You're listening to the Realest Podcast, and welcome to February 14, 2017 Smackdown Live Review. Joined by Andrew, of course. And, some people were saying that it wasn't a great show. To me, this was actually a really good show.
Yeah, honestly, that main event really should have been a pay-per-view match, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I'm up in the air.
They did a really good job.
I'm up in the air on that one, but...
What do you mean? It was a good pay-per-view. Or not
match.
pay-per-view, yeah, it was a good match.
It was a good pay-per-view. Good SmackDown.
Good pay-per-view, woo! Yeah, another pay-per-view.
No, I think they followed up really well. I thought from the beginning to the end it was a good show. I was invested in the entire thing. I know everyone right now is thinking or asking, what is going on with Randy Orton? What does this mean? Are we going to see someone else? No, it's just a matter of time before Randy Orton RKO's Bray Wyatt out of nowhere, and we see those two go at it for WrestleMania. It's just the build-up right now. It's probably going to stick out until maybe right before Fastlane or right after Fastlane. So... Because the entire SmackDown, management team, as in Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, are about to freak out. Like, whoa, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Stuff like that. So, I could see that going on for a few weeks and then boom, it ending.
Yeah, that was surprising to see him come in like that. I was like, oh man, are we gonna have like another Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle situation, like the triple threat, or? I'm hoping that's not what they do. I hope they find something for him instead of having him challenge for the title.
Yeah, no telling. Sorry, I'm reading. I don't know, but there has been a lot of questions, and this is from yesterday. A lot of people were wondering and very confused on the Emelina situation. So, this is what happened. So, yesterday during rehearsals, if anyone does not know, they rehearse before their shows. Emma pulled and showed everyone her gimmick, and as she did the gimmick, basically management said, or everyone behind the scenes basically said that it was not going to work, and that's basically going to be the end of it, that it wasn't going to work. So, they made her go back to Emma. So, needless to say, we waited 17 weeks for her to stay at her original character, and we'll see what happens after that. Obviously, we're going to stick to Emma.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Like, you come back from an injury, you create a new character, and it's so bad that they need you to go back to what you had before. And honestly, like, what she had before, there was nothing wrong with it, to be completely honest.
I thought, when I think of Emma, I always think of her match with Asuka at TakeOver London. That was without a doubt, that's her best match in my opinion. I think that she could do it. I think that she could wrestle. Just let her do it instead of having to come up with these gimmicks. Again, we waited 17 weeks for Emelina, and it's going to turn around, and now we're just going to get Emma again. So we'll see. Like I was talking to Andrew earlier, and I was saying, yeah, the gimmick might be over, but it's better that she showed up than didn't, because her career basically would have been ruined if that was the case.
Yeah, you would hate to see it too, because she, like I said, she has been entertaining in terms of like what she was before. So. I really didn't need to see a change, but, I guess they just wanted to move on from the Dana Brooke situation since they have her with Charlotte.
Yeah, but the triple threat match was a really good match. Storyline-wise, John Cena's storyline is still up in the air. AJ Styles, we kind of saw his storyline there. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that Daniel Bryan put him in a triple threat match when AJ Styles was promised a one-on-one.
Yeah, that was a good decision though, like on his end, because you got two people that really need the championship match. What are you gonna do? Throw him in a triple threat match? That's the most logical, but still, that doesn't help the fact that AJ's still not gotten his one-on-one rematch, and neither has John Cena.
Well, Cena got his today, and Cena was looking to the triple threat match, but AJ didn't want that. So this is where opening the door to the Shane McMahon and AJ Styles feud will come into play. We'll see where it goes. I mean, for me, I think that the guy deserves to be going into to Mania with the belt around his waist. But of course, we're not gonna have that. That's just not gonna happen.
No.
So we also saw American Alpha go off against the Ascension.
At this point, I don't know what's worse, the club or the Ascension, and how much they're burying them.
The Ascension. Why would you? The club have the titles.
I don't know. Even I don't know. Like at the same time, like yeah, they have the titles, but they're still being treated as jobbers. So it's kind of like, is it
But
is
the
it
Ascension
really?
have never been in the title picture, other than until now. The club's been in the title picture the entire time. You can't compare them on the
Yeah,
same
but
level. You can't. You
yeah,
can't
but
compare them on
they
the same
they
level.
lost like what a billion times before they
But
finally won it.
it doesn't matter. The Ascension's never been in that title picture till now, when the club, since they came in, has been in the title picture.
I don't know. I hate how they're being used.
I don't know either. Like, I thought the Ascension's night was last night, and then I thought, okay, then the Ascension's gonna pin them tonight and start a storyline. That didn't happen again. The Ascension looks good, but I just don't understand the point of having all this happen, of having them lose.
Yeah, like I said, if you want the Ascension to be what they're supposed to be, what you do is you have them go on a winning streak, a really big winning streak, have them destroy everybody. Not what they're doing now, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we also saw Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose is going to be amazing. We saw that today with Ambrose basically starting off the show looking for Corbin, and then Corbin just beating the total crap out of Dean Ambrose again. These two are going to go all at it. And I honestly and truthfully, I could see some crazy stipulation happening at Mania. And, man, I think it's going to be good. I really do.
I honestly think it needs to be good. It really does. Because Baron Corbin needs a good feud, Dean Ambrose needs a good feud. They really need it to work out in their best interest.
Yeah, they do. I know Dean really needs redemption for what happened. For what happened at for last year's WrestleMania. So I know that's what's coming. Yeah, he got buried by Brock, and we'll see where that goes from there. He really needs a redemption, and I think that putting some stipulation in this would basically be the apology for them.
Yeah, they should just do something like a street fight. Just have them fight all over the place.
Yeah, it'd be really good if that was to happen, but well, you never know. Naomi apparently has an injury. I didn't see that. Let us know in the comments what you think of tonight's show. By the way, of Smackdown, I actually thought it was a pretty good show, but apparently people are having other thoughts on it.
We did charge it. Oh. But you brought it back to me like that.
When
We charged it. You brought it back.
Naomi apparently has herself a little knee injury. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently they're going to give her a week to. From what I got, is they were going to have the rematch happen. They were going to have the rematch happen tonight, but apparently, of course, no, the knee injury, and Alexa Bliss is going to be generous about it. So we'll see where it goes from there. And I personally think, I don't know, Naomi's going to keep the title, and especially if they're going to have the match next week, Naomi's going to keep the title. There's no way they're going to take it off, and she's going to go into
Well,
feud with
why
her.
would you take it off her now? You've already jumped into the deep end with her.
I don't know why'd they take it off Cena 2 weeks after.
Well, that was obvious because of the Royal Rumble outcome.
Yeah,
You weren't going to have Orton and Cena. I mean, that's why.
I know, but I'm just saying. That's just a counter argument. Why would you take it off? Like you know, people are saying that was one of the best main events in years.
Last night you gave me a hat.
I tell you, man, it was a good match. It was a great, solid match.
I thought it was great, but I mean the
And the
last
crowd was into it.
the last 15 minutes was nothing but everyone kicking out of everyone's finisher.
Oh, everyone except for Sister Abigail.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it protects Sister Abigail, but man, what a promo by Baron Corbin, by Bray Wyatt to start the show off. What a promo that was. Outstanding. Guy deserves ending, and like I said last Sunday, 3 years too late.
Yeah, but are you really surprised? I mean, Bray Wyatt has been strong in promos since the beginning of his career. You know, that's not a shocker to me.
Yeah. He has. I just thought what he did to start the show was amazing. Really, it really was. We saw, Mickey James speaking. Let's go on to her and her Becky Lynch. I hate when there's feuds where, oh, we're gonna end this feud at a pay-per-view. Well, I'm challenging you to a rematch here, and then you have a rematch. Like, what's the point? Mickey James beats Becky Lynch, and I'm telling you, she sold her shoulder injury so well. She hit it, and I thought, that didn't look like that was going to hurt. And then she kept going, and, like, Becky went over, and you could tell, like, she told her something. And usually if someone's hurt, they'll go, like, up to their, ear, like, whisper, "You okay?" And then I hear, "No!" Like, her yelling, "No." I'm thinking, oh, Lord. And, the referee says, "Hey, roll her back into the ring." And it kept going, and I'm like, okay, like, maybe this might be serious. This could be serious. I think it tore my shoulder, and she kept going. I was like, oh, maybe it is serious. And then she stood up and hit her, and it was just like, wow, that was actually really good. But I saw this on Twitter, and I wonder, do you think Mickey James needs to have her theme song changed?
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's a new her, it's a new generation. I think you go with a different song. I mean, you've had that since she started. Really, I don't think she's had anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, other than Trish Stratus's song, but I mean that was back when she was impersonating Trish.
Yeah. Yolanda says yes, she needs a new theme song. I am behind it, but I mean, what do you give her? I mean, that the one that she has now is just so too nice for me. Way too nice.
It's too face-like.
Yeah.
It's too upbeat.
I mean, it really is.
We can give her like a Nia Jax theme, right? I'm not like most girls.
Two only tastes of what they're given. Let's talk about this. How about the seats tonight in Anaheim? There's a lot of empty seats. Bad and Bougie by Amigos. Oh, good God. That's copyrighted. We can't do that. WWE music. Come on now. I mean, there's a lot of empty seats for SmackDown tonight, and I thought, main event-wise, this was a seller, but when Cena, or I don't remember if it was Cena or I don't know, whomever, it was somebody came out, and I just thought, man, there is a lot of empty seats tonight. What in the world?
Yeah, that's unusual for a SmackDown show. I mean, especially since it's your shorter show. Most families are more inclined to go to a SmackDown show because it ends earlier than a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess it was just a bad night.
Yeah. It could have been. It really could have been. Back to the main event. Bray Wyatt hits John Cena with the Sister Abigail for the 1-2-3. I personally thought that AJ was put into that match that way AJ could take the pin. I'm honestly surprised that
Alright.
he didn't. I'm surprised that Cena took the pin. I'm kind of glad that Cena took the pin. And I know Cena's been one to. Juan says Bray won again. Fuck
Covered it
Cena.
with glitter instead of dumping it.
Have you tweeted at him? Oh, fuck
Covered it
Cena.
with
Juan
glitter.
says. Have you tweeted at him yet? Fuck Cena. Juan
How is she
says.
supposed to dump it now? No, not that kind of.
We got some behind the scenes stuff going on right now.
Glitter was in there and moved it around.
Behind the scenes.
No, I'm messing. Juan says fuck Cena again. So Juan, let me ask you something. And I got into an argument. Okay, calm down. Let me ask you something. Now this has been something that I've gotten into an argument earlier this week on. Why is it that you don't like John Cena? Is it his gimmick? Is it his wrestling, or what is it? Because I got into an argument earlier, and while you're answering, I'll tell this argument. Got into an argument earlier on a thing called Discord. A guy said that John Cena was awful, couldn't wrestle, couldn't do anything. I said, well, that's untrue. That's not false. You know, Super Cena, yeah, got old, but that's false. Cena can wrestle. He says, how so? I said, well, how has he given so many 5-star matches, especially when it came to AJ Styles and John Cena? These two had 3 5-star matches. Every single match was a match of the year candidate, and I sat and said that every single one had the opportunity. He says everything about him sucks. Well, what about him sucks? So as I'm going to continue here, I told him, I said, you can't have a 5-star match with just one person. Well, then he continued to say, well, AJ Styles carried him. I said, no, there's no way. There's zero way. That was the end of the argument. So, no one. Seriously, why is it that everything about him sucks? I can see why someone wouldn't like his gimmick, but...
Well, AJ Styles carries everyone. Next question.
I don't think he carried John Cena. He didn't carry John Cena at all. Cena carried his own.
No, it was a group effort. It was a group effort. Each time they went together. But like AJ Styles is just so good. He can make even the worst person look good. I mean, he even made Dean Ambrose look sort of good.
I feel like Juan is not human. I feel like he's like one of those automated people that you talk to before you get like talk to Time Warner Cable or something. You have to go through the machine because it went back to Bray Wyatt won. Fuck Cena. Are you?
He's dodging your question. Mm-hmm. He's got to think about it. So what is it about John Cena, huh? What is it?
I mean, look,
you know what it is?
I'll be straight with you.
It's because everyone's jealous that he's with Nikki Bella. That's what it is. You know what? I'm jealous too.
He says, I just don't like his gimmick. I can understand that. Yeah. But, you know, I don't like his gimmick. I don't like the entire gimmick either, but you have to give credit where credit's due. The guy fucking did some great promos against AJ Styles before Royal Rumble. He's done a lot of good things. The matches he's produced have been great. The company's been on his back. I can see why people don't like his gimmick, but again, like I said, you have to give credit where credit's due. This guy deserves a 16-time champ, and he deserves a 17th-time champ.
If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him.
If you don't think he's going to break it, you're wrong. That guy will break that record. Ric Flair will come down to the ring and congratulate him. Ric Flair has been on record to say that he hopes John Cena breaks that record. What, Yolanda? We might have ourselves a chat fight. Meow.
Uh-oh. Meow!
But, you know, like I said Sunday, I'm still so used to do, like, it feels real weird having a Smackdown pay-per-view and then having to do a Monday night the night after and not really not even talk about the pay-per-view and then go on Tuesday. Cena is the man. God. Actually, it's Roman Reigns. Actually, the man is Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns.
And then Roman is the guy. And then Dean's the dude.
The dude.
But yeah, like I was saying, it is still really weird to talk about a pay-per-view that happened this last Sunday on a Tuesday. I'm still really used to doing it on a Monday. But like I said, Sunday.
I mean, you look at it this way. At least it's not a Raw pay-per-view. Because if it's a Raw pay-per-view, you're just going to be disappointed the next night.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You like Roman better than Cena, then I apologize. Dude is the most popular superstar inside and out of the ring. Uh, that's that. I mean, other than The Rock, that is a debatable statement. That really is. Because I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody just loves The Rock.
see, I've grown to really not like The Rock anymore. I think he's very corny. I really do
You
think
think
he's
so?
corny.
I have always liked The Rock. I've never had an issue with him.
It just gets corny. You only see him once a year. He says the same thing that year, just different city, and then he leaves, and then he rock bottom somebody. Like it's the same thing every single year. It's like, okay, like it's cool seeing you once a year, but look, I'd rather you just stay in Hollywood.
Right. I don't know.
Technically, The
I
Rock is
mean,
still
that
due
could be
to a
what.
rematch for the WWE title that he lost in New Jersey.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's better than. I guess it's better than other people. I mean, like one of the big people want to return is Stone Cold, and that's what Stone Cold would be doing if he was coming back. He'd be coming back once a year and stunnering somebody. Anytime you see him in the ring, you know he's going to stunner somebody. So I mean, eventually it's going to get old after a while. So I mean, that's the risk you run with part timers, though. When you see HBK, he's not going to just not do anything. He's going to switch in music somebody somehow.
Speaking of part timers, Brock Lesnar has officially retired from the UFC as of today. So if he continues to wanting to do things and work, wrestle, stuff like that, we could, his contract is up after this WrestleMania. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But
Yeah, it's interesting that he would retire.
well, I mean,
From UFC.
he
I mean,
served
I know
a
he's got the
2-year ban.
suspension, but
But as I was saying, I think that WWE needs, if they're going to go with the Bray Wyatt angle, they need to stick with the Bray Wyatt angle for a while. He needs to be the champion at most 6 months, or at least 6 months. I used to be like a Cena. I used to like Cena. I think he is a superhero for kids, and I got bored of that shit. And his gimmick, my opinion, like I feel like my opinion is like, don't offend me. Like, don't respond because I don't want to hear it. Like, no hate toward both of you, but like, my opinion is like that. My safe space. You can't respond. That's funny. I can see where you're coming from. I grew up being a Super Cena fan too. I loved him, but then again, I grew up and it was kind of like, okay, well, he does the same thing every single week. There's really nothing else to like, and then I got to the point now where it's just like, you just gotta respect him. The dude works his ass off. Yeah, he might be doing movies and stuff now, but the dude works his ass off, and I mean, come on. Like I said, he produces 5-star matches just about every single time he's at a pay-per-view.
yeah, he's always been good at that. But there's parts of Cena that I miss, though. I'll be completely honest. Like as terrible as the gimmick is, I really did like the rapper. I really did. In terms of him being a heel, when he was a heel, I thought he was very entertaining. But of course, that quickly went away when he became popular. So I mean, I really liked heel John Cena, and I'm curious. Like, it's very unlikely, but if Cena were to turn heel, I would love to see John Cena heel. At this point, given the fact that he's never going back to something like that again.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things that made Hulk Hogan interesting to me again. Because Hulk Hogan was starting to get stale to me too. And then when he became Hollywood Hulk Hogan, he was a whole new thing for me. And it was entertaining because it was so unheard of that somebody like Hulk Hogan, Captain America, turned evil.
Right. I don't know, like I was saying, they need to, if they're going to do it, stick with Bray for a while. Don't do any. I mean, they need to make sure that when they turn Randy turns on Bray, they need to do it at the right time and not mess it up. Not too early,
Right.
not too late.
Well, look at the situation they got themselves in, though, with Luke Harper. What are they going to do with Luke Harper to get him off that trail? I mean, especially after tonight. I mean, he came out of nowhere and attacked Bray Wyatt. And I thought it was interesting that Orton comes out, hey, as long as you're with me, you're my master, and I'm your slave or whatever. And Luke Harper comes out and starts some ruckus with Bray Wyatt, and no Orton to back him up.
Roman's next if he keeps being like he is. Now I'm doing the same thing I did to Cena. Roman's career is fucked and he gets pushed and stuff. Roman has never been good, except for when he was in the Shield. His singles career has never been good, never will be good. End of story. The guy has to turn heel, and even if he turns heel, people aren't going to like him. The dude's going to have a crazy fucking heat. Imagine him versus Undertaker. Undertaker's career on the line. Roman turns
If he's
heel,
the person that retires him.
Roman turns heel, forces Undertaker to retire. Top heel immediately, beating out Samoa Joe.
That's a big what if though. I mean, seriously.
I mean, I can
because
put up 100 storylines.
Samoa Joe is the best heel in the company, and you're telling me Roman can go from the worst face in WWE history to the best heel in the company?
He could go from the worst heel to the worst face to the best heel if he turned heel right now. To be honest with you, because I mean, it's not like you and I would turn around like, man, we really like him, woohoo, and it'd be like, oh shit, like I still don't like him, but it's good that he's a heel. Hardy fan for life. Look, Brian, you need to check out what they're doing with Matt and Jeff right now. I know you haven't really paid attention. Check out what they're doing. It is outstanding.
That's the other thing we might see. We might see the Hardys coming back into the WWE sometime soon. And if they do come back, I hope they keep that gimmick. I really do.
Yeah, I don't think Matt and Jeff would come if it wasn't the same gimmick. But I mean, with basically the Wyatt family broken up, where does Matt? I mean, Matt and Jeff coming. Do you keep them as a tag team? Do you have Matt go on and do his own singles career with Jeff there? It's a lot because the tag team division for both brands are fucked. You've made that perfectly clear the last 3 episodes, bro. Chill, Brian. He likes Roman Reigns. We like Juan. Chill.
Wait, what's going on?
He has his own opinion, just like you like the Hardy. One of the Hardys.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this about both Hardys. I know Matt has never gotten a lot of recognition going into it, but both of them were very entertaining. I always found Jeff to be the most entertaining, but if you see what Matt Hardy's been doing since he left the WWE, it's a real eye opener. I mean, it's like looking at Cody Rhodes now from a different light. If you haven't been keeping up with Cody Rhodes, you're missing out on something because he's become something very special, and it's something he would have never been able to do in WWE, especially since they wanted to keep him as Stardust.
Yeah. But we kind of hit everything tonight when it comes to the show. I don't think there's a lot going on. I know that the NXT title is going to be on the line. Shinsuke's not going to have anything to do with that match.
Yeah, the United Kingdom Championship's going to be on the line for the first time. That should be a good match. Trent Severin versus Tyler Bate.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
that's a match I wanted to see in the tournament, and it never happened.
Again, it's still not clear what's happening for WrestleMania. A lot of questions are still up in the air. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate doing SmackDown shows because of SmackDown being so short. If there's not a lot to talk about, we hit stumps. It's just like crap. Because I personally don't like going from one brand to the other, having a SmackDown show and talking about Raw. I don't. I like keeping. That's why I didn't mention the Elimination Chamber yesterday.
Right. I don't know, man. You just do it at that point, You do it and you have fun.
Oh, this is interesting.
I mean, that's what matters.
That we're going to be talking about keeping it real. How about this? Triple H is apparently planning on having an NXT takeover on the main roster. There's also rumored to have a
An
faction.
invasion?
Yes, a new faction coming in the
Oh,
works, which is why
yeah.
Triple H was talking to
Well,
Kevin Owens and is buddy with Samoa Joe.
you know, I'll be completely honest with you. Invasion angles are my absolute favorite. When they had that first invasion, I was so into it, but they thought it was unsuccessful and they cut it early, way too early. But for me, I thought it was very entertaining. So if they're gonna do an NXT invasion, I think that'd be awesome. But here's my thing about the NXT invasion: is this something that you really want to do? And I mean that in terms of like you already lost a lot of NXT superstars with the draft. Can you really spare something like that? You know?
You could do it. I mean, but here's the thing: the faction does not have to just include NXT stars. It could be people that are on board with Triple H. I mean, if you were to have Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens in it, all you really need is one more person in a tag team.
Yeah.
You got yourself a faction. I mean, I'm not a fan of having big factions like with 20 people, with 8+ people or 5+ people. Like I'm into having 4 to 5 at most. Like that's one of my problems with the Bullet Club is the Bullet Club is huge. It's like the NWO. Everybody is in the Bullet Club. Like especially Ring of Honor. Christopher Daniels' tag team partner turned on him this past week and joined the Bullet Club. And the thing is like everyone hates. The Bullet Club is a heel faction. But everybody loves the Bullet Club. So, speaking of the Bullet Club, Kenny Omega will be at I forgot, but Kenny Omega is going to be making a return in a week or two to New Japan. He'll be doing a Ring of Honor and New Japan show. But I think that is going to do it for us. That way we're not just babbling on about nothing. We're gonna try to have keeping it real next big thing this week, depending on Kyle's schedule. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. So until next time, I'm Blake, and for Andrew, peace out.
Later.